I would like to draw attention of psychologists, counselors and psychotherapists to the surprising potential of the psychophysiological phenomenon of tears and crying in the realm of mental health and the treatment of psychogenic disorders. I say potential because only tears and crying with certain characteristics have healing power, not just any crying. Sometimes we experience or witness tears and crying that are shallow, restrained, or directed at a superficial or entirely wrong cause, which is why they don't have a deeply healing effect. Most people, including professionals, then perceive these tears as a temporary release, and they say that tears are okay. Sometimes tears are seen as false, inauthentic, and pathetic, which is why they evoke ridicule and expressions like whiny, or they are even considered harmful to character development. For example, when we tell a child, "Don't cry over a grade." The aim of this work is to distinguish between unhelpful, non-therapeutic, non-healing tears and crying that brings relief, resolution and ease to the soul and body. Historically, Sigmund Freud and Joseph Breuer, in their famous joint book Studies on Hysteria in 1895, noted the healing effect of encouraging a strong cathartic reaction in their female patients to traumatic events from their past with the help of hypnosis. This strong cathartic reaction, abreaction, included not only vengeful anger expressed through words, but also tears and crying. After such sessions, patients with hysterical symptoms felt better. Freud gradually recognized problems with this method. He could not hypnotize every patient, and the symptoms would shift, with some disappearing and new ones quickly emerging. There was no lasting relief and liberation from the troubles. Thus, Freud abandoned the idea of abreaction and focused on analyzing resistance and transference. Most psychoanalytics inherited this direction from Freud for the further development of psychoanalysis. However, with the revolutionary 60s, the youth rebellion, rock and roll, the desire for freedom and body liberation, which coincided with the emergence of the third humanistic wave in psychology, there was a renewed interest in the free expression of repressed emotions, and it changed the way psychotherapists began to work with people. Experiential Gestalt therapy, Carl Rogers' encounter groups, and then as the pinnacle of the movement to break free from the shackles of neurosis, primal therapy meant that psychology, through new approaches to psychotherapy, revived the idea that true human nature is non-violent. It is cooperative and gentle. Because when therapists of that time began encouraging clients to freely and without restraint express their repressed feelings of anger, sadness, fear, shame, guilt, and to remove psychological masks, they did not find Freud's dangerous and wild id beneath, but pain. By expressing the pain, clients reported feeling better than ever before. With necessary simplification, we could say that Freud abandoned catharsis, Rogers viewed emotional release of patients positively but did not encourage it, while Janov, Arthur Janov, highly valued cathartic releases, although he eventually began to distinguish between true, authentic psychotherapeutic experiences that he called primal and the phony and inauthentic ones, which he called abreaction. Interestingly, in everyday life and in people's daily experiences, there have long been and still are very similar conflicting views on tears and crying, that is, expressing pain, sorrow, and misfortune. Namely, there are people who, like psychoanalysts, do not believe in the importance and power of tears and crying. Then there are those who hold the view that tears are okay. It's fine to cry, and that's that. And finally, there are people who strongly believe in the free emotional expression of pain and sorrow because it cleanses the soul. They say, cry it out, you will feel better. What's even more interesting is that all three views are often intertwined and found within the same individuals, just in different situations. My practice has also convinced me that clients indeed carry a lot of pain within them, that the defenses against the pain are very strong and cunning, and that finally coming into contact with that pain is always accompanied by tears and crying. However, only under certain conditions does it have the potential for significant positive changes in personality. The right, accurate connection of the cause of the pain, which are usually unmet emotional needs, with the emotion and tears lead to great results. Conversely, focusing on the wrong cause of the pain or a weak approach to emotions and tears, emotional restraint and fear of crying freely does not yield results. It is necessary to combine both accurate insight and unrestrained emotion. What variables and factors determine whether tears are healing or not, including the therapist's interventions? 1. Quality of childhood experiences. The more love someone received in childhood, the more likely it is that tears and crying will bring them relief, both in everyday life and in psychotherapy. That is, they will be more healing. 2. Current capacity of the client's ego to face poignant emotions. The better someone's current psychophysical state is, the greater the chance that tears and crying will bring relief. Overburdening with physical and mental suffering reduces this chance. 3. Positive or negative outcome of a strong stressful situation. Stressful situations can end well, a happy ending, or badly, tragically. In the first case, tears bring resolution and benefit. These are tears of joy. While in the second, most people and clients will not say they experienced relief. 4. Reframing painful experiences. For example, after losing a loved one, in most cases, letting the client spontaneously talk about death and the funeral will not bring a sense of relief, but if we suggest that the client talks about all the good memories they have of that loved one, the story of love that remains produces an experience and tears that have a relieving effect. Notice, even here, the focus is on unmet needs as the focus of crying. 5. Awareness of positive life experiences to strengthen the ego. Occasionally and in moderation, Reminding the client of the happiest and most joyful experiences in their life usually creates a psychological state conducive to healing and relieving crying. Such interventions also help the client become aware of the temporal limitation, the transience of painful life experiences. 6. Balanced therapeutic style regarding support and confrontation. Psychotherapy that only directs the client toward positive experiences is as one-sided as psychotherapy that constantly directs the client toward unpleasant life experiences. A good balance between supporting and confronting the client with the painful truth of their life usually yields the best results when it comes to the effect of tears and crying. Here too, the focus on unmet emotional needs is an excellent guideline. 7. Client's commitment to the psychotherapeutic process. This may be the main factor in the success of the process, as it allows the participants in psychotherapy to build a strong working alliance, and a strong working alliance then becomes the favorable, warm, social environment in which tears have the power to melt the ice in the client's soul and resolve neurosis. If someone were to ask me, well, how would you briefly explain when tears are healing and when they are not? I would say the following. Tears are healing if they express the specific and temporary pain of an optimistic person, pain that is related to unmet emotional needs. And they are not healing if they express the pain of a pessimistic person who believes their pain will never go away. Thank you.